What's going on, people? Not Just Music Podcast. Another Homeisode. Boy, Dwan Barino, Quincy Murdoch in the building. How's everything, sir? Firstly,
Most importantly, man, we here, we alive, man. That's a good thing. Everything good. You know what I'm saying?
that's
Another
what's up.
another homicide, man. As we promised, keep coming, keep them coming, entertaining the people with knowledge, wisdom, understanding. How you doing, sir?
Another Sunday, man.
Yeah.
Get right to it.
I
A
want to
lot
start
of
out. I want to start out by saying, happy birthday to Malcolm X. This is Malcolm X's birthday today. We talk about Black history, critical figures. Malcolm X is definitely a critical figure, inspiration in my life. I'm sure to many people, black people around the world, even white people, everybody. Malcolm was an important figure in the black community. So showed you that you can change and make your bads in the good, and use it for a better purpose. So I just want to throw that in
hey,
there.
again, here we go. Getting straight to it. No, not wasting any time. A lot of things to cover, a lot of things to uncover as well. Last week I was opened up about a place in Rock Hill, a school to be exact, a school by the name of the Carroll School, the Rosenwald Carroll Rosenwald School. Considerably one of the most historic schools created in the U.S., seeing that there was more than one. Slightly continuing what I was speaking on about this, a lot of this is a great deal of history to me because one, uh, seeing how the course of history is starting to be erased is crazy. Due to not even uh saying that it's being erased by on purpose. It could be the case of saying it is erased on purpose, but the rate of how long something stands or a place or a figure or a building, something that's like a structure or something to that nature that has historic value to it is slowly being erased. Some people feel like, oh yeah, it's time to erase this stuff. Some people feel like, nah, let's not erase this stuff. Um, Firstly, I'm gonna ask. Let's start there. What's your mentality on something? As if in something is like I showed the Carroll School. The Carroll School is something that's very old. It's very ancient, but it holds a very big piece of value to some that are still living, and then some
Right.
that are old. Not even saying that are still living, but some people really believe in history leaving a mark. What do you feel, even if it was something that's not even just here, just period? Like, what do you feel about historical marks that stand for, even if it's something that had to do with like slavery, chopping blocks, anything, like
Yeah,
anything? You choose
yeah.
what it is. What do you feel about it?
I think it's crucial. How we were talking about Green Street previous episode, Green Street and Garfield Street, Green Street, street that I grew up on. The school around the corner that was a segregated school, for example, the Monday school, um, had the first black principal in the school. It was a segregated school to the AME church, right down the street from it, where the first black slaves that were slaves were in that church. To see those things and still see them up is important because that's our history. So I value that. And like you say, a lot of us don't even know the history, and before we know it, they tore down the buildings, they rebranded, areas. And a lot of this I think is due on purpose because they know the history, unfortunately, but our own kind, our own generation, our own age are not educated enough to know. So it's easy for them to just manipulate and take away our history when we don't even know our history. So I think it's very important, man. it's identity. It's identity within ourselves, and sometimes it's the last hope we have, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we really don't have any. Well, we really don't have a lot with the black community, but negativity. If you look around, that's all people know us for. So it's good to still have some things that remind us of positive and black empowerment. You know what I'm saying, and things like that.
And that's value to everything. Like, I mean, you got like housing developments. I mean, it's so many different things you could look at that the black community at one point did have a whole lot of structure and control to say that, hey, this is ours, right?
Right,
And I hate to say it, but even with the value of things going down, and this is what I hate, especially with a lot of black communities. A lot of these black communities were passed on from one age and era of black people to another age and era of blacks. One valued it way differently than this valued it, and it takes a toll on what it looks like and seems like to a city. Sometimes the city looks at things like, okay, yeah, we'll put money in it, we'll keep it going.
mm-hmm.
I noticed this due to, as I said, the Rosenwald School, the
Mm-hmm.
Carroll School. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why it meant something, I'm not speaking on like something that's like, like small or petty. I'm speaking on something that's like so big that it has to be recognized. Like
Right,
it's the
right,
details, it's the details of what a lot it's in the detail of what some don't see. So, I look at it like this. If they were going to tear this down, if they tore this down, they would have messed up a lot of history. One, where this school is located. Two,
mm-hmm.
the type of area that it's in. Three,
Mm-hmm.
the what the meaning of it being in this area means. So you take that, as I said, it sits in the middle of nowhere by itself, right?
Right,
It literally sits in the middle of cotton fields, right? Nothing for at least a good mile, quarter mile and a half, maybe, but farmland of just cotton fields, right?
right,
And you know, the strangeness of what us black people have now. We have cars, we have bikes, we have all these things as far as to say considerably transportation, right?
right.
You think about what if the era of that era was going on right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Considerably the ungratefulness of what things look like to the new, case of what an African American looks at as, value, right? Like
Right, right,
we have heightened so much so many things to where, we help the world become this very expensive place. So, as I said, looking at that school, I think it said when the school closed, it was 141 black students in the school, right?
mm-hmm.
Four teachers. And you look at it, this is what I say speak of value. These kids, are you talking about 141 kids walk to a school every single day, right? And you know how education is valued differently now to then can be like considerably something that we step over, because the case of then it was about getting educated. Now it's not, you see how we can just like lay low at school. You can keep the kids home if you choose to. You don't got to send them to school. You can teach them yourself, and I mean all those good things. Those are valuable things. But the
Can I
thing
add
of,
a real quick?
yeah,
I know a lady personally in my life
mm-hmm,
that was in my life that actually walked everywhere.
mm-hmm,
Oh, walked to work in the snow, to the grocery store,
mm-hmm,
you know what I'm saying? And like the point that you just made, a lot of those values that that people had to do back then, we don't understand that struggle. We're so baby now. But I just wanted to throw that in there because there's some people that still get that concept and don't even know they're doing it and
Mhm.
appreciate it, the past, like those generations to now, because they won't complain.
Mhm.
They get up and do what they have to do, whatever, how they got to do it to get it done. So I appreciate people like that, because that's big inspirations right there. People that never made excuses, because these people back then never made excuses, like
I'm
you
glad
said.
you said that. I'm glad you
You know
said
what I'm
that
saying?
because I'm glad you said it. It's like this. This is what it is. Um, I know the situation of. I know the situation of being the child that was taken to school, dropped off at school, picked up from school, and brought home. I get that. But imagine those values where you had to walk to school. When school's
Right,
over, you had to walk home from school. You
right.
know, you're walking through cotton fields, bro. Like miles and miles of cotton fields. You don't see any gas stations, you don't see any stores, you don't see people. You might see a car.
Hey, I was just reading the Tommy Davis story where he was saying where he was staying in, he had to catch the bus, and I believe it was Washington D.C. because he was adopted by a white mom,
Mm-hmm.
so he would have to get off the bus and walk home, and there would be a racist. It was very racist in the area, so
Mm-hmm.
he had to fight for his life just to get home. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And he's a black man in a racist, town,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to get home to school to home. So I just
Mm-hmm.
want to throw that in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that the struggle back then was, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you talk about an area, especially the further you became, further you came south, the harder
Mhm.
it was, becoming. Most of the people that was in the south were trying to get north. So it lets you know though, those strange areas, at least coming out of the 1800s, moving into the early
It was
1900s.
Baltimore, Maryland. I'm sorry, I wanted to correct
Okay,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it
yeah.
was Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore,
Okay.
Maryland is,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
And
which
you
was
think
very
about it,
crucial. Yeah.
you think about these eras of the 1900s before segregation, like back if you got to the 70s, that's where the break of things really changed.
Mhm.
Um, right before the 70s hit, and then going into the 70s, a lot of black people became, you know, things were changing. We were becoming something. We could do something. We could be this. We could be that. But beforehand is the part where I want to focus. As we've been saying, we're gonna focus on those parts.
Right,
This is just kind of just setting us up though for the case of what needs to be shown. And the reason why we're speaking on it, especially speaking on Black history, is because none of the stuff is getting displayed. It's not going to be displayed. But the biggest thing is can we catch it before it dies, before it's gone? You know what I'm saying? And you
yeah,
know, it's none of our business to what it's none of our business if we not gonna stretch our wings to go look for it. If we're going to stretch our wings to go look for it though, that's a different story. Because like I said,
right.
look at what we can look at. Look at all the stuff that we can grab. Look at all the stuff we can get our hands on, and it
I want to
need.
add some. I want to add something in too, man. Like,
Go
and
ahead.
this is just for black unity too. Because they say black people can't get along, black people can't unite. It's no cut. It's no picture of that, right? It's always division.
Mhm.
So right here, this is a little history. Black people had their own police precinct with black officers in 1944. They had
Mhm.
their own police force. Black. It was all black,
Mhm.
but segregation restricted them from patrolling white neighborhoods. They also had their own courthouse.
Mhm.
This was 1944. So
Mhm.
they don't show that picture. They don't want that picture of unity. And that's why I think it's important to go back and see and like you say, learn your history, because they're showing the other side of, like, black jumping on black. When a black man is down, we jump on him, we kick him, we destroy him, we talk about him,
Mhm.
we want to murder him, we wish prison on him, jail. It's never helping, it's never unity. So I wanted to say that, to show
Mhm.
it
Yes.
was unity back in 1944
This is
amongst the black community. You know what I'm saying?
and these things are
Empowered,
showing
empowered.
showing different phases of eras of black. uh uh I'm scared of you. I'm not gonna even say. I'm gonna say it this way. Most cases is if you can get enough people to believe in something, that's what helps it grow. In most cases, blacks did have this, you know, this era where we needed to get further. So we knew we had to unify and go the right direction. Just like you just said, you spoke on, in the case of there's these moments in time where it's hard to, it was easy to overlook because we don't want those moments when we were unified to be gratified. Just like,
Right.
I mean, you take a time or era like Million Man March. Million Man March was something that was very different, but people tend to forget about the Million Man March due to the case of what we don't want to see is a whole bunch of black men unified at one time.
Right.
And that's the sense of what we're doing now I'm sure there is some significance to, or there's a space there where people don't know what to look for. And I'm gonna point out a couple things and to make sense of this for y'all, just so you can understand too. There's something that I want y'all to look for when y'all ride around. And especially if those that want to help us achieve this, what we're doing, especially the Not Just Music Podcast, is pushing the black content that in context that nobody wants to talk about. But let me share this. This is a what you call um what I'm trying to show. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So I don't know if a lot of you know about seeing these signs in your area. Some more than others, but more so, especially in South Carolina. I see these a good little bit. What you want to realize is these are very important when it comes to speaking on landmarks and marking an area and putting a stamp of approval on a place or area or a monument or a building or something to that nature, right? If y'all see these are gold. This is a gold mine. Um, I've been learning more and more about these, especially over the past week. These are very crucial to your history and your research. If you see these, take pictures of them, get videos of them. These are valuable. This is like firsthand value to no end. It basically gives you a key to what was there, why it was there. It might even get like with this one, they're saying built in 1929.
For how much? Like,
1930, yeah, for $4,520. This was originally the Carroll School for African American residents of the nearby Ogden community. Its cost was paid by local African Americans, the school district, and Julius Rosenwald Fund. It closed in 1954 as part of South Carolina's effort to preserve segregation and equalizing black and white schools. In its class year, 141 students were taught by 4 teachers. Now, listen, this is basically what I'm saying. It basically gives you a firsthand to what the history is of these places. This is very important. Um, and me and Q had conversations about this. Is moving forward, we want to do things that are going to help the situation of what we're doing. A lot of people love visual. Seeing is believing. So with that, you know, there are these places that we're talking about. We're probably going to end up doubling back to them and talking about them again to bring more value due to the case of what it means and seeing and what we feel it to be and things of that nature, because we could touch it, we can see it, we can go visit these places, and even in that, I can give you the actual addresses to these places,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
could
I
be
was
a
gonna say,
thing.
I was like, and we encourage the followers to go out
Yeah,
and look themselves too. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
we give the information. Everybody is capable of going out and looking at these things and capturing them. So
yeah,
that's one thing I'm learning too. Like everybody don't never think you don't have the ability to make a change or be educated, you know, because it's in everybody's hands. We're
Definitely.
just here to put it out there and awake the ones that's not woken. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And spark
Hmm.
the brain. You
Yeah.
know.
And
Yeah.
this is this it's not easy, but just get on the internet and like search places that's near you first, and see
Right.
if it has any black historic or black historical value to it. That's really a big piece. If you see something that's in your area, and I'm sure that it's gonna be this, if y'all are listening, paying attention, if you see it, share it with us. That'll be a dope situation. I mean, you don't know how much you can. I mean, we can link you into these videos. I mean, whatever it takes to get these, this content to people because it's needed.
Right.
As I said at the beginning of this, before it's all gone. That's why I'm speaking on this. I had to get this out here first because I mean, well, along with what we're already doing, I mean, it's speaking on the Black history. That's what's important. And with that piece, not being given is what's been the problem. So moving forward,
Right.
we're going to do some different things. We're going to continue to give you people. We're still going to hand people, it's not like uh there won't be any more space for bringing people. If it's like I said, if it's a person of value, you can bring them too. Speak on them too. Even if it's recent people, because there are a lot of black situations that are breaking history even to this
The
day we
Lisa,
don't
the,
know
Li-
about.
the Lisa Moses, for example, one of
Yeah,
many.
yeah.
Lisa Moses. Um,
You gotta. These people have to be recognized. But we have to. The only way they're going to be found out about is if we bring the value to you. Um. So at least over the next within the next 24 48 hours we'll be back with another homicide. So what again, the objective is to bring content and value that's going to raise the bar for this platform, and representing black stuff that folk don't want to hear about, and white folks don't want to hear about or know about, or they're trying to erase. So again, that's
and
the
we
that's
encourage you to get the jewels, man, that we dropping, man. We've dropped a lot of jewels. We dropped a lot of knowledge, man, in these episodes, in these past episodes. Of course, there's more to come, but we encourage y'all to go back and view all the episodes we've done. Especially leading up to the Black History. Because like it's our thing to give it. It's our priority to give it to y'all, but what y'all do with it is up to y'all, and we want y'all to gravitate to it. We put it out there because we want y'all to actually read it, think about it, listen, and soak it in. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And think about it. So
um one more thing too. I want to present this before I get off of here because it's starting to be a thing. I'm noticing it's getting attention driven to it. Traffic is coming into this, so I want to introduce this. Like actually, um, those that love to read, blogging has become a thing that not just music podcasts has been doing lately. So one of the latest blogs we have is Mary Church Terrell. One of the big reasons why I started doing blogs is to implement two things. One is to push the narrative. A lot of you do like to read, um, and not having value to stand behind what we're talking about, it just wrecks the flow too. So, like I said, I want to do visual, as if in the nature of you seeing and it's believing, and then having black and white solid nature behind some of this stuff that we're talking about. So it's not a thing of this is fake info or something like that. This is all stuff that could be researched and talked about. I mean, because a lot of times, a lot of websites you go on to, and you really just run into a whole lot of mess, and it's not like really anything to connect to something else or to keep you there, to keep you locked in on it. So I'm trying to give as much content to y'all as if much as we can. It's not like shorthand. So it's something that you can read and dive into and you can grasp something from it. And it not be like shorthand or it's just a short sentence and that wasn't enough. I mean, I'm trying to give enough to where, look, well, you want to show it to your class, look, kids, this is this. Now we can watch a video along with this. So that's the nature of what I've been trying
Everybody
to.
learn differently. Everybody
Yeah,
learns differently and gravitates differently to different things. So
yeah.
that's
So
always important to have different avenues. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
exactly,
Little
exactly,
advice for anybody that does anything, you know. Think
exactly.
about all your supporters, you know. Some people might have hearing aid problems, you know. Some people can't hear, some people can't see.
Yeah,
So you know,
exactly.
reading might be best, you know. So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta think you could be missing one, just
Mm-hmm.
not putting the implementing that. So yeah,
Yeah. So
blogging.
even in time to come, y'all might even hear me drop a song. You know, it could be a Black History song, and I don't know, it could get that interesting, but that's just in time to come. Keep the ball rolling, keep things fresh, keep things new, keep being innovative with it, to keep everybody's attention because I don't want to lose a possible angle of something to where it could be easily overlooked, but at the same time you can't overlook it due to it. I'm trying to bring that much value to it. Y'all be like, okay, well, we're gonna sit around and watch this video because he actually thought to go this far, or they were actually gonna go this far, or he's putting that into that type of effort into this. Like y'all really like stuff like this, I see. But it was just a case of trial and error for those that want to understand an area or a space or something. Okay, well, dog, we ain't even know Black folks doing it. That's what we want to. We want to create that every episode. Y'all get on here. We want to create that same vibe. Oh, that's no, we ain't know that. That
And this was
oh,
risky. This was risky, bro, because in the time we live in,
mm-hmm,
people don't like this kind of talk, man. People don't like this kind of knowledge, man. People used to downing each other and gossiping, and I tell people now we ain't on it. We about uplifting and educating.
mm-hmm,
We ain't on. We ain't on. It's enough of us on the bottom as we are. Enough of us are on the bottom as we is. We trying to
mm-hmm,
come up.
mm-hmm,
We trying to stack this paper, this business, this knowledge up. You know,
mm-hmm.
like
Exactly,
you know,
exactly.
yeah, we pushing P. Yeah.
So
I,
y'all, what anything else, bro? Before we log off of this, I'm
oh, please, people. If you're interested, all my actors, Quincy Murdoch. I'm filming my second movie, Quincy Murdoch, the movie, part two. Actors, I need y'all. I need y'all. Extras. Anybody experience, no experience. Um, hit me up, Quincy Murdoch 44 at gmail.com. It's Quincy Murdoch 44 at gmail.com. Also, y'all can go watch the one I have released, Quincy Murdoch, the movie part one, which is on QuincyMurdoch.com, the movie. I greatly appreciate y'all. It's doing well. Um, just black excellence, man. It's me telling my story and trying to motivate and encourage somebody else as we're doing now, giving y'all history. Everybody has history, y'all. So remember that your history is important. So let's get it.
also adding to that website. Jump on, subscribe to everything. Easy to get to. Everything is on the website. Everything is on the website. So go pick your favorite flavor, roll with it, share it with somebody, let them share it with somebody else, and tell them to share it with somebody else and share it to somebody else, and we can get somewhere with this. One last thing too, um, and this is very, 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 very simple, and this is about the entertainment part. Even when Q just asked for the sake of he's looking for actors. In the case of if you have something that you're branding and you want to brand it here and it's in the lines of what we're speaking on as far as black excellence, getting black topics out, getting black people out, and it's worthy, please
Right.
fish it and give it to us. Fish it to us over here and let us share it, and remember, it's not the case of that everything is free. It may come with a dollar amount, but it's something that can
Respectfully. Respectfully.
very much help your brand and it very much can squeeze you into something and put you in place in position to help somebody else and bring in some new business. Lastly, I got a quick idea too. This is something that could be coming very soon as well. I'm thinking about creating this platform where we can recreate Black history moments in the form of short stories, short films. These films may be like 3 to 5 minutes long. But the
Dope.
sake of what I'm thinking is to get certain black history moments out to reenact them, and in a sense to help bring a visualistic situation to the topics as well. So again, that's just another thing to throw out there right now to get it going. But yeah, just the thing of just trying to put out short films. It can be, like I say, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 3 minutes. But
Have a little narration behind it or
yeah,
something.
the objective
Tell us
is
what,
to
you know what I'm saying?
to
Yeah,
put
that'd be
people
dope.
in position to
Bro, we shouldn't have dropped that
get
one
the
though.
black
Nobody
knowledge.
don't steal that one.
Oh
Damn,
nah,
I
that's
like that.
it's a
They've
lane.
done it before. They've done it
It's
before.
a piece for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a piece for
Yeah.
everybody. Everybody get in on it. We could
All right.
win with it. So yeah, man, it's that's something that definitely come in the future. It ain't shouldn't say too long because it's something that I could probably just start creating just off of little stuff that I shoot around and the content that I get from around the neighborhood. But considerably we're gonna get to that stuff in time. But again, not just music podcast. We'll see y'all in the 24-48 hour time frame. To drop another Homeisode and give y'all some more black topics. Again, I'm Dewan Barino, Quincy Murdoch in the building. As always, and we'll see y'all good people next time.